Yeah, it's me again. It's Shellie. It really hit me a little bit ago, and I had to come in here and record this because it reminds me where I was a year ago today. And I was going through a lot of things a year ago. And I mean, when these happen, like I said in an earlier video, a little light bulb goes off inside. And it did. It reminded me, where I was a year ago. We're in October, the month of October. And a lot of things have really changed. I'm not going to go into like complete detail because I got to have some privacy, obviously, but some of the things that I did go through were loss last year. And it hit me incredibly hard because of this person who was so much a part of my life for so many years. And I don't think I ever fully recovered from it. I had to move on, obviously, and it was very hard to move on from it. And I was going through some other things at the time. I was going through an illness off and on, and I just wasn't fully myself. I don't know if I want to say mentally, but emotionally, I wasn't fully myself. And I kept fooling myself as well because I thought I was okay. I thought I was fine. And then I talked to one of my other best friends, and she and I, we've been best friends for 20 years, and I could tell her anything, and she listens and she understands. People like that are very rare to find in this world, who actually take the time to listen to you and understand you and know where you're coming from emotionally. And it's very rare. It's very rare in this world to have that. And like I said before, I've had to eliminate so much excessive baggage just in the past year alone. And what has come from it has been incredibly beautiful and spiritual. And I couldn't be more grateful for the people who have come into my life and have completely changed it. And this is just not, people I've met in person, but these are people who I've met behind the scenes in what I do as a writer. I run a country music website, Country Music City Promotions. It's been 5 years since I opened that. And at first it wasn't really a website. It was just a blog because I have such a deep passion and love for music. And it comes across quite a bit also in my writing because like I say, I write poetry. So a lot of the things that I write are also in poetry format. And I remember writing a couple of poems that were included in one of my books on my great inspirations of country music. And I believe it was Dolly Parton, Reba McEntire, and I forget who the other person was, but those were two of my biggest influences in female country. There's so many. I couldn't even condense that. I couldn't condense that in a 5-minute or a 6-minute video or however long these end up. But yeah, I remember writing those, and those just really stick out to me a lot because this person who passed away she and I were extremely close. We had a love and passion not only for music in general, speaking, but just in life. And even though we both had our issues and our situations and circumstances, we did a lot of things together as well. And when something so tragic happens very unexpectedly, your life is turned upside down and you don't know how to process that. And like I say, I wear an emotional sleeve on my heart. Everything I say is always written and never spoken. So this is very different for me to come out and even talk remotely about any of this. It is. And I think about it because I'm an overthinker, and I sometimes overanalyze a little bit too much. And I know someone who's getting to know that very well about me, and understands it. So that's a good thing, that this person understands the things that I go through. And it's just, it's just one of those things. Not everybody has that kind of analytical brain. Even with a learning disability, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that I had it, because I'm still normal, and I'm very independent. I'm highly independent. So those are just a few things about me that a lot of people are shocked to hear. Oh, I didn't know that about you. I've had a lot of people give me those looks and say that. It really stuns them when I come out and say something like that, because I don't talk about it all the time. I'm not the kind of person that runs her mouth all the time, talking about her life. I'm not like that. And I think that's why some people appreciate me a little more, because I am so private, but yet there are things that, I like to share and remind people that it's okay, because, they might be going through something that I went through. Maybe they're going through it right now. Maybe you are. I don't know your circumstances, but everybody goes through something in their life that darkens them. And then, something changes with them over time. Maybe they look to more spiritually or religiously. You don't have to be religious to believe in God. You don't. If you have a strong sense of faith in Him, yeah, I'd say you do. But you might not be religious. That's just your preference. That's just who you are as a person. And I know people like that. And, they might not talk about it all the time, which is fine with me, because I don't either, and when I do, it's, I'm sweaty. Yeah, I was house cleaning a little bit, and, a little bit, a lot, actually. Something I haven't done for a while, and I have avoided due to other things going on right now. And just the things that, that I end up talking about, I never know what I'm going to say. And it just really hit me. Like, that light bulb went off in me here a little bit ago. And I was listening to some of my favorite music, from Shania Twain and Bon Jovi. I'm not just someone who listens to Christian music. I listen to everything. And I said this to someone recently. I listen to a lot of things besides, country music. I grew up on country music. I grew up on Christian music, but I listen to a little bit of everything. I'm just not into one specific thing. It's a little bit of everything. And Shania Twain was someone who kind of really changed the country music industry a bit back in when was that? 95, 96? Oh my gosh. That was a while ago. I've been out of high school that long? Go figure. Yeah, I have. And it's really interesting, to say the least, that all the things that have changed in my life from a year ago to now. And to have such real, true support from my closer group of friends, who are so supportive and believe in everything that I do, and are like my cheerleaders. They're like my cheerleaders. And some of them are in the music industry. Some of them are poets and authors, obviously. I just, I feel so blessed because of that. And I've been saying that a lot these days. I feel truly blessed to be where I am. And I I hope and I pray that you have that in your life, no matter what you're going through, or the traumatic events that have happened, or you're just not living your full potential. Everybody has the potential to do something in their life. And I'm not going to sit here and give a sermon or preach or anything, but we all have something that we want to fulfill in our lives, but never had the chance to do it. And like I say, it's been 20 years since I graduated high school. And from there up to now, I've been through, gosh, I don't know how many things that have happened in my life that have made an impact or have changed it. But my life, like from last year to now, from a year ago, that's what I meant. See, rambling. I'm getting a little chatty. Has changed drastically. Changed drastically just in the past year. And a lot of that is going to come out in my next book that I'm writing right now. And if you haven't had the chance to read the 5 books that I have out now, this is part of a series. It's an 8-part series. I never intentionally thought it was going to be an 8-part series. But a lot of it has a lot of depth in it, a lot of intense moments, a lot of pain and heartache, things that I just went through on a day-to-day basis. And I wrote it in poetry. That's how I write. That's who I am as a writer. And I just, like I say, I've been saying this a lot lately, that I feel truly blessed and fortunate to be where I'm at now in my life as to where I was 20 years ago, or 18 years ago, actually. I went through a lot of emotional, physical, and mental scarring in my life that I don't even like to think about, because then I want to start crying. And I don't want to do that. But that's just who I am as a person. We all go through these in our lives, and when the excessive baggage is lifted from your heart and that guard is removed, that high guard, you're able to truly live life the way you're supposed to. And I'm sorry that I'm crying in this testimony today. It just really hit me. It really hit me that where I was a year ago now to now, it is just, it has been overwhelming, but I'm able to process it a little bit. It's been quite a wild adventure, not just in the past year, but in the past 4 years. I've been very fortunate to be where I am now than I was then, or even 18, 19 years ago. I don't know what else to say, but thank you, everybody who continues to watch my testimonial videos. I don't know where this is going to take me. I never know. But I do know that whatever happens in this world. Always believe in God, because God's going to be there for you no matter where you are or whatever you're doing in your life. He's always going to test you. He's always going to challenge you. He puts you through struggle for a reason. He really does. And now that my life is full circle, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do with my life. And that is to be a part of community and doing what I would say as a humanitarian, because I love the fact that I can actually do something for somebody else. I rarely ever do anything for myself. And sometimes I have to remind myself to just relax a little bit, because I like to keep myself mentally and emotionally active. That's just the kind of person I am. So 15 minutes, I didn't know it was going to last this long, but I wanted to come and tell you a little bit more about myself. And I can't thank you enough for tuning in. And yeah, I'm really stripped down today. I have no makeup on. My hair's a grease mess, and just doing my domestic duties, I guess. So thank you all. Hopefully I'll see y'all soon.